Good evening, all. This is Major Tom to Earth. Is anybody receiving me? Can anybody hear me tonight? Let's just hope so. I just hope my computer's working tonight. I'm just going to type something in the chat column and see who comes back and says they can receive me loud and clear. So, good evening anyway to Sunday night quiz. I've got 6 rounds of exciting trivia for you to keep you all going tonight. I hope everybody is keeping well. And let's have a look. See, good evening, Nick and Lydia, says Ian. Back from a long weekend at Ettington Park Hotel. Supposed to be UK's most haunted, but only the spirits we've seen were over about of a bottle. That's fair enough. Well, I hope you've had a great time at Ettington Park. When me and the wife first got married, we went on our honeymoon, and the first night was in a place in Stratford upon Avon. I can't remember where. What was it called? Billesley Manor. We walked across the courtyard, and first of all, there was this black cat in our way, and it was very dark in the car park. This black cat got in our way. And then we were put in a haunted room, apparently, with a 4-poster bed. And there was a wedding going on downstairs, which seemed like something out of the Royston Vasey, which was quite amazing. Right, tonight we are starting with this beer here. This is a special one done by Brewdog for oldies, and it's called Old IPA. In other words, Oldie IPA. I know it's back to front, but never mind. So we're going to test it and see how good it is. Right, so let's have a look. We've got a few people joining us already. So we've got Ian Miller's obviously just joined us. Squeaky Bob, good evening and hello to Squeaky Bob. Hilary is here from Home Alone 6. Neil and Tracy just back from a few days in Downham Market. Lovely. I hope you've had a good time there. Lisa Lasky, they're back. Greetings from glorious Northern California. As always, Lisa, you'll have to let me know what the temperature is out there. I'm sure you've got some fine weather. We've had grey, miserable, overcast skies today. The solar roof has not been working at all well, to be fair. And of course, I must congratulate Lisa, Team UK USA, on last week's or last Sunday's fantastic win with a fantastic 59 points. It's their highest score, and it was enough to win them the quiz last week. In second place last week, we had a three-way even tie between the Quizzy Rascals, Split the Difference, and PRS, all just a point back on 58 points. So that was a great achievement. And then bringing up, so to speak, other people with reasonable points were Home Alone 6, ending up on 55 points. So last week was very close. Now, I do apologise for last week because we started off, it didn't go very well. But as I pointed out to everybody, if I have to close the stream down ever again, I do want people to try and subscribe to the channel. There's a little button somewhere on your screen. If you subscribe to the channel, it's easy to get back into a new stream, of course, because if I close the stream down, I have to start a new stream, which sounds a bit complex, but it kind of works. So I was mucking about for half an hour last week trying to figure out what had gone wrong, and all that had gone wrong was my computer just had a malfunction of some description, but never mind. So yes, good evening to Jed and Tracy. They're in, ready for the evening to go. Vanessa's just joined us, so good evening, Vanessa. Evening all, says Vanessa, checking in. Jane Gifford, Jay and Graham here, back in Toft. Of course, they were down south last week, having a fine time. I hope you've enjoyed your week there. Martin Davis, hi Nick, will listen but not take part. Both in bed with what we hope is just flu. Day 4 for me and day 1 for Tina. Oh God. Well, let's hope you do get better soon, Martin. Do feel free to just take part. You can always take part, even if you're not taking part. But never mind. Well, let's hope you feel a bit better soon, and let's just hope it's not the dreaded. Right, Carol's just saying Home Alone 6 are signed in, so good evening to Home Alone 6. Are you a full team tonight, Carol? Sorry about last week's debacle, but never mind. There were a number of teams actually stayed on and did the quiz in the end. I know we had a few log out and never rejoined us again, which was a bit of a shame, but never mind. George has just joined us from sunny York, now locked down, I think. Hi, everyone from New York. He's hoping everybody's keeping well, they're saying. Well, I'm sure they are. Clive and Janet from Stockton have just joined us. Good evening, Clive and Janet. Hope all is well with you. Sunny here all day. Wow, it's certainly not been very sunny here all day. We've had a very grey and overcast day, but and it's not really changed from the time I got up this morning to the time till the time it became dusk this evening. Right, we've got Mick Roberts, Mick and Bev have just joined us from sunny Bilton. And good evening to you, Mick. I'm going to be trying and testing some beer later that you gave me, which was a very nice gesture. Thank you very much. Lisa's just checking in with the currently sunshine, blue skies, and a temperature of 82 degrees Fahrenheit or 28 degrees centigrade. Beautiful. That sounds more like it. So, is it still the fire season? I asked myself, Lisa, or have I managed to get most of those fires under control? I haven't seen anything in the news over the last week or two. It's all been US general election, which is taking up our news as we speak, but never mind. Right, we've got Pick and Mix who've just joined us, so good evening to Pick and Mix. Hope all is well with you. Looked like you were enjoying yourselves in the pub last night, as I saw. Kevin Kieran's just joined us from the Rotary Club of Rugby. Let's see how they fare tonight. I don't think they stayed online long enough to do last week's quiz, so they did last Wednesday's quiz instead, which was quite, I think, was good enough for them. Ian, my wife, what's he said? Wife's just opened a bottle of 19 Crimes. What's that? Uprising. 19 Crimes Uprising. Oh, that sounds interesting. Andrew Lewis has just joined us. Good evening, Andrew. Oh, wait a minute. I've lost everybody off the screen now. Where have they all gone to? Sorry, from Yelvertoft. So good evening, Andrew. Hope all is well with you. Sarah's just joined us as well. From Worcester. So we've got Sarah joining us with Russ, I no doubt. Have you got a full team tonight, Sarah? Be interested to know. Lisa Lasky, what she put now. I've been dining out on our win all week. We are very proud, not expecting a repeat performance. Well, we'll see. You never know. Once you start getting in the mood for winning it, it's something to brag about at least. But well played you last week. We've got PRS have just joined us. Good evening, Matthew. Hope all is well with you and Claire. And ready to do battle again tonight. Michelle's just joined us from Crick, so good evening to Michelle. Hope all is well with you. And Nick Bowers has just joined us. So we've got Nick and Rita from Bedford signing in. So I wonder what the weather's been like there. I don't suppose it's been any better than it's been here. Matthew Blood with the usual. How's the power generation? Hopeless is the word, Matthew. Nothing today whatsoever, just a few kilowatts, nothing more than a mere few kilowatts, but never mind. Hilary Farmer's just joined us, so we've got good evening from Stephen Hills. No Dexter tonight. The team captain, as he's fast asleep. Well, can't you just give him a shake and wake him up, poor baby? Graham's just saying hello, Jim. Hello, Jim. And Ian's just joined us. So we've got Harry, Julie are both absentia, but yes, they're in Great Yarmouth at the moment, looking after Harry's dad. But Ian and his Shiraz have joined us. So good evening, Ian. We went round to Julie's because Julie, if nobody knows, Julian owns the house over the road from us. Her father died the other year and left the house. And we went round into the back garden and took some quince and some apples. So I was busy making quince jelly on Saturday morning, which turned out very well, actually, better than I thought. So if you've never made quince jelly before, or slices of quince, it's well worth the effort, I think, but we'll see. I haven't tried it myself yet, but it tasted nice as it was being made. No. So Lisa's just saying, fires are currently pretty much under control in California. Excellent. Can't say the same for the fire in the White House. No, that's probably right. Never mind. Robin's just retracted some message he made, probably some horrible message, but never mind. The Ridgeways have just joined us. So good evening to Trish and Paul and Anthony from Welton checking in. Minus Anthony at the moment. Does that mean he's going to come and join you, I trust? But no, we'll see. Sarah saying for tonight, us, Joe and James. So good evening to Joe, James and Russ, of course, as well as Sarah. Roy Jones, just congratulations on checking in. Oh, well. Good evening, Roy. I hope you've got your beer to hand and ready for For this evening, we've got 5 minutes before we start tonight's quiz. Let me just quickly run through the 6 rounds we will be doing tonight. We are starting off with a round entitled Sunday the 18th, which is pretty straightforward. Round number 2 is called Food for Thought, where every one of the answers had a food hidden in it somewhere. So there's a food hidden in every one of the answers. Question number 3, after popular demand, round number 3, after popular demand, is a round on gardening. So I hope you all know your gardeners and your gardens. Round number 4 is an initial letter link. We do this quite often, where we take the initial letter, and question number 10 asks you to rearrange those initial letters to spell out something. Round number 5 is a chain letters round, a chain letters, where you can take the last letter, the last 2 or the last 3 letters alter your first answer, and it's the first, the second, or the first of your next answer. It's a bit like a trivia trail, but you use more or less letters. A bit complicated, but we'll get there, and I'll explain it when we get there. We've just had the tweenies join us, or the twinnies, sorry, only AJB. Ian saying the UK is trying to put together a team for the next Olympic hide and seek competition. The sports minister has said that top players are hard to find. That is a good joke. Now, if anybody else wants to start with a joke on any subject, I'm quite happy, and we'll see whether we can keep it running for a while. We've got Don Quixote signing in from London and Manchester. So evening to Ian Anthony James and the rest of the gang from Don Quixote. It's great to see you. As I say, sorry about last week's debacle, but never mind if you were trying to get on and found a link had disappeared. All down to a glitch with my computer, which I was surprised about altogether, but never mind. Robin Miller, no, what was that? I was to say that 19 crimes is a wind, but you took so long to get through the teams it became meaningless. Sorry. Yes, I understand that now. Julie, hello, Nick and everyone. Gave up last because of the sound problems. Yes, I don't blame you, Julie. I think half of the teams did. I had to, after about half an hour or 20 minutes, no, it was about half an hour actually, we started the quiz. And I had to reboot my computer, which meant we got a different stream, which meant that not everybody could get back on. We found it a bit tricky, but never mind. Hopefully, the sound will work better tonight altogether, and we will be able to have a good quiz tonight to keep you all entertained. So we've just had Chris Meads join us. Good evening, Nick and Lydia. Good evening, Chris. And Jill's just joined us from Cambridge. So Jill and Steve Pugh are online. Hi, Nick. Welcome back. And the Giffords are back, of course. So they're both trying to, I don't know why they don't do the quiz together, actually, but never mind. They compete from the same village in Cambridgeshire, just outside Cambridge, a little village called Toft. And a lovely village it is, although they lost the pub a few years ago, so it's less of a village, but never mind. Anne Anderson's just joined us. So evening from Anne and Dave. Good evening, Anne. Good evening, Dave. Hope all is well with you. And Dan Alex has just joined us. Good evening from Pinky and Perky. What's Ian put here? My last job was working for Durex, but when I started, I had to work a week in hand. Ian. I'm glad I've set the feed up for adult content only. Yes, quite. No wonder under US laws, YouTube has to you have to actually tick the column to tell you whether there's any adult column or whatever, and it's banned from children taking part. So it's probably just as well. Right, we're just a minute to go. We've now got 65 teams logged on, ready to go. So I'll just bring up my quiz, make sure we've got it in the background. Round number 1, of course, as I said, is entitled Sunday the 18th. So we take the letters of the word Sunday, 2 numbers of 18, and the 2 letters TH. So that should be 10 questions in the first round, starting with those letters and or numbers. Right, let's see who else has just joined us before we go any further. I'm actually, as I was saying earlier, I'm trying a can of Brewdog's Aldi. Well, it's called Aldi IPA, but you can see it reads Aldi PA. Very clever play on letters and whatever else, and it tastes pretty good, to be fair. Hillary's just joined us. Good evening, Hillary. Hillary's saying famous 5 minus the famous ones. So really, the little known three. Well, you could rename yourself for tonight, the little known three. Wait a minute, George is coming in with a joke. How does a penguin build its house? It glues it together. Oh dear, that's particularly corny. We've now got the Quizzy Rascals joined us, right? We have 70 teams online. We've got one like. Do feel free to just like the quiz if you want to by clicking the like button. And anybody that hasn't, by the way, subscribe to the channel. Do feel free. I need to try and get up to 1,000 subscribers, and I've only got 250 at the moment, but never mind. Right then, let's get going with this quiz. Wait a minute, my wife's just speaking in the background to somebody, see who else is quizzing. Right then, let's get going. It's 2015. Question number 1 has got to start with the letter S. Oh. Right, here we go then. Question number 1. It's all right, the wife's talking on the phone, which makes it a bit tricky at the moment, but I'll let her just finish her call. Right, here we go then. Question number 1. Formed by the union of 5 roots from the lower spine, which nerve passes deep in the buttock and down the back of the thigh, all the way to the heel and sole of the foot, starting with the letter S. So formed by the union of 5 roots from the lower spine, which nerve passes deep in the buttock and down the back of the thigh, all the way to the heel and sole of the foot. Do you remember, it starts with the letter S. I'm sure quite a lot of you may have had problems with that nerve, especially if you get to my age. Although I've been all right, thankfully, with that. Question number 2 is a bit more testing. This is a proper literature question, this one. Now regarded as one of the greatest literary works in history, what is a modernist novel by Irish writer James Joyce, first published in its entirety on the 2nd of February 1922. So it's a one-word answer, starting, of course, with the letter U. So now regarded as one of the greatest literary works in history, what is a modernist novel by Irish writer James Joyce, first published in its entirety on the 2nd of February 1922? Question number 3. This starts with the letter N. N for Nick, of course. What name is given to a medium-sized toothed whale that possesses a large tusk from a protruding canine tooth? So question 3 again. What name is given to a medium-sized toothed whale that possesses a large tusk from a protruding canine tooth? You wouldn't want to meet them in the sea, I'm sure. Never mind. Not if he was in a mood, anyway. Tried to wake up Dexter, but I think he's overdosed on phonius today. Oh dear. No good when the team captain's asleep. Right, question number 4. Starting with the letter D, which makes it dead easy, which Scottish city is nicknamed the 3 J's, referring to jam, jute, and journalism, which were the 3 of the city's historic large employers and most famous exports? So which Scottish city is nicknamed the 3 J's, referring to jam, jute, and journalism, which were 3 of the city's historic large employers, most famous exports? Not particularly difficult, that, starting with that letter D, but we'll see how many can get that one wrong. Question number 5. This might be a bit tricky for the Yorkies, unless they like splitting image, but never mind, we'll see. After a debate about the American mispronunciation of the planet Uranus, which spitting image puppet and ex-ITV newsreader went on to announce pictures of Jupiter's outer moon, Bumhole? So after a debate about the American mispronunciation of the planet Uranus, which spitting image puppet and ex-ITN newsreader went on to announce pictures of Jupiter's outer moon? Bumhole. I think that's how we pronounced it anyway. Silly question. That's a two-word answer, of course, I'm after there. I've had a couple of operations there as well, Gerald. Oh dear. Never ceases to give a source of entertainment. Never mind. Right, starting with the letter Y. No, it's not the latest series. Oh dear. Right, here we go then. Question number 6. Listen carefully. What is the alternative name of the Savoy opera The Merryman and His Maid, with music by Arthur Sullivan and libretto by W.S. Gilbert? So what is the alternative name of the Savoy opera The Merryman and His Maid, with music by Arthur Sullivan and libretto by W.S. Gilbert, which kind of gives it away a little bit. Starts with a Y, which makes it even easier. That, of course, is a 4-word answer. Right, question number 7 starts with the number 1. And I do give you a choice on this one. But it's a sort of a question, one which is just a complete guess, I'm sure, unless you're a bit savvy on London Underground stations. Question number 7. How many London Underground stations names start with the letter R? I'll give you the choice. Is it 12, 16 or 18 stations? So how many London Underground stations names start with the letter R? I'll give you the choice. Is it 12, 16 or 18? That's a stupid trivia question. Not expecting anybody to really know that, but you never know. Guess is as good as a mile. Oh no, it's a miss as good as a mile, isn't it? Question number 8 is also a number. It's one you might be able to work this one out really, but never mind, because it starts with the number 8, which makes it a little easier. Also known as Japanese chess or the game of generals, what is the total number of squares on a shogi playing board? So also known as Japanese chess or the game of generals, what is the total number of squares on a shogi playing board? I'm sure you can work that out if you give it a bit of lateral thought. Starts with the number 8. Well, another number's coming up, but never mind. Not as you know it, but it's starting with the letter T, which kind of helps a little bit. If measured in feet, how high off the ground are the hoops in the game of basketball? So question 9 again. If measured in feet, how high off the ground are the hoops in the game of basketball? Yeah, these are not easy questions, these last ones, but never mind. Do well to get a full marks on this round. More by luck than judgment, I think, but we'll see. And finally, question number 10, starting with letter H for hallelujah. With a population of around 14,000, what is the largest town on Anglesey? So question 10 again, with a population of around 14,000, what is the largest town on Anglesey? That's one for Tina and Martin, our Welsh friends. Although they may not consider Anglesey Welsh, I don't know. Right, there's your first 10 questions. Not the easiest in the world, and as I say, I'm not really expecting any full marks on that round because there's a couple of little tricky ones in there. Right then, we will do some marking rather sooner than later, because I'm sure it won't take you all day to get an answer down at least for all of those. So question number 1, the nerve I was after is called the sciatic nerve. I think most of us knew that. Number 2, starting with the letter U, was the novel Ulysses. Number 3 is known as a narwhal or a narwhale. Number 4, of course, that Scottish city starting with the letter D is Dundee. Number 5, the ex-ITN newsreader who went on to announce Jupiter's outer moon of Bume was, of course, Alistair Burnett. Well done if you remembered Alistair Burnett. Number 6, the alternative name for the Savoy opera, The Merry Men and His Maid, were, of course, called the Yeomen of the Guard, the Yeomen of the Guard. Number 7, the number of London Underground stations, names that start with the letter R. I gave you a choice of 12, 16 or 18. It is in fact 12, so well done if you got that. Number 8, also known as Japanese chess. Well, most boards are square, so the only square in the 8s, of course, is 81. So well done you if you work that out. 9s, of course, are 81. Question number 9, if measured in feet, how high off the ground are the hoops in the game of basketball? That's 10 feet off the ground. Could have been 12, but it wasn't. It's 10 feet off the ground. And finally, the population of 1,400, what is the largest, 14,000, the largest town in Anglesey, of course, is Holyhead. Holyhead. So well done if you got that. Right, let's get some scores in. See how you fared after the first tricky round. Gets a little bit easier the second round, I'm sure. So we've got Dave Perry straight in with a 10. Well done, Dave. Georgie Lambert and the Yorkies in with a 6. Well done. PRS with a 9. We've got Sarah and the gang from Worcester. Sarah and Russ. Mike Yates on an 8. They're on an 8. We've got Home Alone 6 on 9.5. We've got Steve Fond on an 8. Don Quizzotti on a 10. Ian Miller's on a 9. Michelle Gibbons on an 8. We've got Quizzy Rascals on 9. Jed and Tracy are on 9. Andrew Lewis is on 8. We've got Ian and his Shiraz on 9. Clive and Janet from Stockton on 9. Graham Gifford with a 10. Some good guesses there, Graham. Kevin Kiernan, Rugby Roach Club on 9. We've got Vanessa Hughes on 8. We've got Hilary Lower, little known, on 8.5. Julie Ashcroft 7. All the numbers buggered me. Ooh, not literally. We've got Nick Bowes on a 9. Split the difference on a 10. Leslie Barrett's not saying. Pinky and Perky are on 7. The Twinnies, are on 9. We've got Nick Roberts on 7. Anne Anderson's on 8. Jill Pugh, well done, on 9. The Ridgeways, well done. Trish on a fantastic 10. Pick a Mix on 8. Where's the half moon? Oh, where's the half from? Oh, I don't know where the half's from. I let people mark their own, Julie. So honesty is always the best policy with this game, you know. One has to weigh up whether it was worth half a point. I'm not giving half points away. Although I am. There was one question later I was going to, but never mind. We knew that 10 was not Llanfairpwll Wingy Goga. I still can't say it, you know, but never mind. Thanks, Ian, for that. And Alistair Burnett. I think half a point possibly if you got the first name. Yeah, that's fair enough. Done. Well done. Right. Round number 2. Oh, Squeaky Pob's in with a 7. Any more scores to come in? There's some great scores there. Roy Joe, 1. Yeah, well done, Roy. 8. Oh, dear God. Here we go, then. Food for thought. We've got 10 general knowledge questions where each correct answer contains a word that has something you could eat. Something you could eat. You got the idea? Although you might not think you can eat some of them. Never mind, we'll see. So question number 1, are we ready? This is round 2. Question number 1. Oh, yes, Team UK USA on a fantastic 9. Well done, Lisa. Right, question number 1. After crashing his orange Mini in the first episode of his TV show, which character was regularly seen driving a British Leyland Mini 1000 that was mainly green but with a black bonnet? So after crashing his orange Mini in the first episode of his TV show, which character was regularly seen driving a British Leyland Mini 1000 that was mainly green but with a black bonnet? Do remember, something you can eat. That helps you somewhat, I'm sure. I'm now attempting to drink a dark Champion Mild from Thwaites. I had one of these the other night. Very nice. Yes, thanks to Jono, who brought a few round and left them with me. So I'm drinking his beer. Question number 2, listen carefully. With a title containing the name of a classical composer, what is a 1956 hit single written by Chuck Berry, originally released on the Chess record label? You're right, it would be a Hood. Wasn't he the villain in Thunderbirds? Hood. Oh dear. So question number 2, with a title containing the name of a classical composer, what is a 1956 hit single written by Chuck Berry, originally released on Chess Records? Do you remember there's got to be a food somewhere, and the answer is something you might eat. Question number 3, definitely eat this one. Well, most people would definitely eat this one. Question number 3, with a story based around a school Latin teacher, which 1969 musical film starred Peter O'Toole and Petula Clark and was based on a novella by James Hilton? Mild ale, weird stuff, you're right. It is a bit weird, really. It's kind of weak. It was supposed to appeal to the masses by making it particularly weak and dark. But yeah, still a mild's all right. Did I repeat question number 3? Lydia's put it down there. I don't know whether I repeated that. Never mind. Question number 4. What's the name of the character played by Ursula Andress in the James Bond film Dr. No? So what was the name of the character played by Ursula Andress in the James Bond film Dr. No? What could be easier than that, for heaven's sakes? And if you didn't get that one, you're bound to get this one. Question number 5. What nickname was given to Geri Halliwell when she became a member of the Spice Girls? So question 5 again. What nickname was given to Geri Halliwell when she became a member of the Spice Girls? Do remember, there's something to eat in the answer somewhere. I'm sorry if these are a bit too UK-based Team USA, but you did well enough last week. So, oh, I know they've got their friends from Cheshire. I think are they Cheshire contingent with you tonight, Lisa? Question number 6. Good old football question. Which football club was founded in 1895 as Thames Ironworks? So which London football club was founded in 1895 as Thames Ironworks? Well, I'm sure Don Quixote will get that, living in London. Yes, we've got Don Quixote doing it tonight. It's Tina and Martin that are in bed at the moment trying to do the quiz. They're listening to the quiz. They're not doing the quiz. They're listening. Question number 7. Listen carefully. Who is an English lyricist and author who is best known for his collaborations with Andrew Lloyd Webber, with whom he wrote, among other shows, Jesus Christ Superstar and Evita? So question number 7 again. Who is an English lyricist and author who is best known for his collaborations with Andrew Lloyd Webber, with whom he wrote, amongst other shows, Jesus Christ Superstar and Evita? It always gives me bad memories that. I went to see Jesus Christ Superstar when I was in London at college. And I've been to a pizza place over the road before the performance. And by the halfway stage, I was feeling so ill, I had to go back to college. And when I got back to college, I was so ill, we had to call the doctor out. I thought I was going to die. Never mind. God, never been in so much pain in all my life. So, yeah, quite. Question number 8. What section of the girl guiding movement is for girls aged between 7 and 10 years old? No, I didn't die, actually, Robert. I'm still here. I'm here to, clearly here to annoy you. Still here to haunt you, at least. So question 8 again. What section of the girl guiding movement is for girls aged between 7 and 10 years old? How to koi quiz, please tell Anch. Anch, if you want to join the quiz, all you've got to do is get a piece of paper and just answer the questions. It's as simple as that. Question number, where the hell are we? Number 9, starring Michael Jackson. Sorry, Michael Jackson. We start with a J, didn't it? Sorry, got it wrong. Start again. Starring Michael Jordan, which nearly Michael Jackson, and various Looney Tune characters. What is the highest grossing basketball themed film of all time? So, starring Michael Jordan and various Looney Tunes characters, what is the highest grossing basketball themed film of all time? 2-word answer. You'll all have heard of it, I'm sure. And of course, a classic quiz question, number 10. Where would you find Edgar Allan Poe next to Fred Astaire, Oliver Hardy next to Karl Marx, and Lewis Carroll next to Lawrence of Arabia? So question 10 again. Where would you find Edgar Allan Poe next to Fred Astaire, Oliver Hardy next to Karl Marx, and Lewis Carroll next to Lawrence of Arabia? And that is the end of round number 2. So all your answers should have something you can eat in them. And if they haven't, then you've probably got it wrong. Okay, I don't think we need too much time, do we, to go through those? Just make sure you've got some kind of answer down for everything. And I'll quickly run through those 10 answers for you. So, question number 1. After crashing his orange Mini and regularly seen driving a green Mini around, it was Mr. Bean, of course, Mr. Bean. I didn't even know he got an orange Mini, to be quite honest, but there you go, you learn something every day. Question number 2, with a title containing the name of a classical composer, what was a 1956 hit written by Chuck Berry? It was Roll Over Beethoven, obviously containing a roll. Question number 3, with a story based around a school Latin teacher. There's been a musical film, and there's been 2 other films, in 1939, I think, and a later one in the 80s. No, later than that, sorry. Of course, it was Goodbye, Mr. Chips. I was after Goodbye, Mr. Chips. Number 4, Ursula Andress. She played Honey Rider. Honey Rider. Honey was what we're after, of course. The nickname was given to Jerry Halliwell. That was Ginger Spice. Ginger Spice. Number 6, which football club was founded as the Thames Ironworks? That was West Ham United. Number 9 and number 7, of course, the English lyricist who did many collaborations with Andrew Lloyd Webber was Tim Rice. Number 8, what's Ian? What, a bit worried about the answer to number 8, he's saying? Well, it was the Brownies. The Brownies. Well, I don't know about that one. Number 9, that film I was after, starring Michael Jackson, no, Michael Jordan even, was Space Jam. And finally, where you would find Edgar Allan Poe from next to Fred Astaire, Oliver Hardy next to Karl Marx, and Lewis Carroll next to Lawrence of Arabia, of course, was on the cover of the the Beatles album, Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band. So, well done if you got that little lot. Well, I think they were all gettable, those. So, with the exception of possibly a couple of tough ones there, the rest were pretty straightforward. So, we've got Squeaky Bob. Well played, Squeaky Bob on 16. Pinky and Perky have moved on 17. Judy Ashcroft's on 17. Sarah and our friends from Worcester on 17. We've got Steve Farnley on 16. Jed and Tracy are on 19. Well played them. Georgia Lambert and the Yorkers are doing remarkably well on 11. Well played them. Ian Miller on 15. Vanessa Hughes on 16. Trish Ridgway's moved on to 18 points. Graham Gifford on 17. We've got Home Alone 6 on 18. Don Quizzoto with a clear 20 points. Well played them. And Anderson on 17. We've got Nick Bowers on 15. Split the difference on 19. We got Ian and his Shiraz, which is going a little bit wobbly because they're on 29. I think he means 19. Jill Pugh, well played the Pews on 16. Pick a Mixer on 17. We've got Michelle Gibbons, well played that on 16. Andrew Lewis is on 14. Kevin Keenan and the Rotary Club of Rugby are on 17. We got the 20s on 17. PRS on a very respectable 19 points. Mike Yates is on 16. The Quizzer Ascalls are on 18. Well played, Paula. Clive and Janet from Stockton said 16. Oh dear, never mind. Plenty of time to catch up again. The little known three are on 14 and a half. Jill Pugh's put a score down twice now. He's on 16. Oh, I think they have, yeah. Yeah, 16. Well played there. Mick Roberts on 15. Dave Perry on 17. Well played, Dave. Team UK USA on 17. Leslie saying, I'm going to give up quizzes after this. Well, you should join a team and stop trying to do it all on your own. Not easy at all. Ian saying, rubbish. 19, of course. Don't blame Aldi Shiraz. There's nothing wrong with Aldi Shiraz, I'm sure. Shiraz. I'm sure I was on a ship called the Shiraz. It was an Iranian ship, of course, which is probably why I was on there in the first place. I was on the Sushi as well. And the Chavan. I was on a few. Right then, round number, where have we got to? Round number 3. Round number 3 tonight, it's a gardening round. Now then, this is going to suit a few people, I'm sure. But on the other hand, it might not do. So, the gardening round. Here we go, round number 3. Question number 1, eyes down, look in. Which plant takes its name from the Italian phrase for beautiful woman? So, which plant takes its name from the Italian phrase for beautiful woman? Reminds me of Manuela. I'm sure most of you have got that one down. Question number 2 is a bit tricky. Using the coarse, purified middling, which grain is used to make semolina? I'll put these off. So using the coarse, purified middling, which grain is used to make semolina? Well, with a name like Shagalam, yes, quite. Yeah, dear. Oh. You just deleted them. Question number 3, listen carefully. Which 65-year-old, as of today, which 65-year-old television presenter and gardener owns a garden in Herefordshire called Long Meadow? So which 65-year-old television presenter and gardener owns a garden in Herefordshire called Long Meadow? Has a few gardeners there, but who's 65 years old? I did check his age this morning just to make sure he was still 65. Question number 4, tricky one this. sure Sarah will get this one. As a wildlife person, which giant plant widespread in Britain, if touched, causes a serious chemical reaction which makes skin hypersensitive to ultraviolet light? Dear, dear, dear. Georgia's put, that's gardening round will muddy our score. Oh, dear God. Come on, let's see whether anybody else can come up with any good gardening jokes. Here we go. Oh, dear. I'm trying to think of myself. Oh, dear. So, which giant plant, widespread in Britain, if touched, causes a serious chemical reaction which makes skin hypersensitive to ultraviolet light? Question number 5. I've kind of given it away a little bit, but never mind. Which garden bulbs were traded using promissory notes and exchanged as a form of currency in the 17th century? So question 5 again. Which garden bulbs were traded using promissory notes and exchanged as a form of currency in the 17th century? Come on, anybody else got a gardening joke to come up with? It's got to be one better than George's, surely. But maybe not, we'll see. So question number 6. Dating from Roman times in Europe, what is the art of cutting shrubs into ornamental shapes or training perennial plants called? Which old rake set these? That was me. Dear God. So question number 6 again. Dating from Roman times in Europe, what is the art of cutting shrubs into ornamental shapes or training perennial plants called? Digging deep here. Oh dear. Yes, we weren't ready for oh dear. Digging deep. I was going to come up with some fork jokes, but I can't think of one that's I thought Ian might have come up with a fork joke. Well, tell me to fork. No, sorry, I better not say that. Question number 7. Often called England's greatest gardener, what is Capability Brown's given first name? See ya, Jill. Ho, ho, ho. Oh dear. So, often called England's greatest gardener. This is question 7, by the way. What is Capability Brown's first given name? Sure, that's standard quiz fare to most people. Oh, dear God. That's a good one, Ian. I like that. I stood in the garden early yesterday morning wondering where the sun had gone. Then it dawned on me. That's a good one. I like that. Oh, dear God. Question number 8 then. Here we go. Did you hear about the gardener who went crazy? He was hearing voices in his shed. Oh, dear. That is funny. Now, that's a better standard of joke altogether, Georgia. Georgia and Ian are setting the standard here for jokes. Question number 8. Although 73% of the world's production now comes from Asia, on which continent did broccoli originate? With any help, it wasn't Antarctica. So, although 73% of the world's production now comes from Asia, on which continent did broccoli originate? How are we faring with this lot? Right, question number 9. I will give a half a point for this. No third points. Only a half point if you get 2 of the 3 right. Question number 9. In what 3 months of the year should you generally plant daffodil bulbs? So question number 9. In what 3 months of the year should you generally plant daffodil bulbs? Now, there's bound to be some exceptions to this, so I'm only taking the answers that I've got written down here. This was taken from the British Horticultural Society's book on daffodils, so it might not be the same as Wikipedia. We will see. So if you get 2 of those months right, I will give you a half point, of course. But if you can get all 3, you'll get a full point. And finally, question number 10, which is a little tricky. It's a word I like using. I was teaching my 3-year-old grandchild this word the other day. Derived from the Latin meaning away and cut, abscission is the technical term used to describe what process? So derived from the Latin meaning away and cut, abscission is the technical term used to describe what process? Yes, I was telling Martha the other day about that. It's funny, it's amazing what you can teach a 3-year-old. Believe me, they go back telling their mum and dad, and their mum and dad have got no idea what their child's talking about. Oh dear. Right, they're your 10 gardening questions. So I think you gardening experts should have done all right. 1 or 2 tricky ones in there as usual. And some daft jokes. I like the jokes. He was hearing voices in his shed. I like that one. So do feel free if you want to put any more gardening jokes down to stick something down. Nearly got through the champion dark mile. That'll be time to test out. What have I got? Possibly the Butty Bark, a fine beer. You can't go wrong with that one. Wye Valley Brewery. Have I got time for a leap between rounds? Oh dear. Of course you have. Oh dear. What are you on? Plum Porter, of course. Right, enough of the silly jokes in the gardening round. Let's give you some answers then for the previous 10 questions. So here we go. Listening carefully. Beautiful woman, an Italian phrase meaning bella donna. Bella donna. Number 2. Using the coarse purified middling, which grain is used to make semolina. It's made from wheat. Wheat was what I was after. Number 3, that 65-year-old television presenter. I was only watching him on the telly the other night, as all us gardeners do. It's Monty Don. Monty Don, of course. Number 4, the giant plant I was after, that is very dangerous, is giant hogweed. Giant hogweed. Well done if you got that. Particularly near rivers, I think you get most of it in the UK. Question number 5, which garden bulbs were traded? They were tulips, of course, in the Netherlands. They exchanged bits of paper promising next year's crop or something for a certain value. Question number 6 is the art of topiary. Question number 7, Capability Brown's given first name was Lancelot. Lancelot, well done if you got that. Number 8, broccoli originated in Europe, apparently. Question number 9, now do remember I will give you half a point if you can get 2 of the 3 months. You should generally plant daffodil bulbs in September, October and or November. So September, October, November will score you a full point. A month either way will only score you half a point. Number 10, derived from the Latin term meaning cut away and cut. Abscission is the technical term used to describe what process? This is the natural shedding of leaves from trees or fruit during the autumn. So when the fruit drops or the leaves drop, it's called abscission. So well done if you got that, because that wasn't an easy one. Yeah, it's when all the leaves drop off the trees, basically, or the fruit drop off the trees. So well done. Because that could easily have been cut away. You could have thought pruning or something, which was completely wrong. Right, then we've got Dave Perry. Well done, Dave, on 26. Steve Farnan without their captain tonight. Dex Dews, Fast Asleep is on 23. Jen and Tracy on 27. PRS are on 28. We've got Squeaky Bob on 26. Don Quixote, 27.5. Well played. Then Vanessa Hughes on 22. Well played, Sarah. Is on 24.5. Got Grant Gifford on 25. Ian Miller's on 22. Mike Yates on 21. We've got Julie Ashcroft moving on to 24. Jill Pughes on 25. Michelle's going, oh dear, on 20. Clearly not a big gardener, but never mind. Nick Bowers, 22.5. Georgia Lambert, 17 for the Yorkies. We're starting to become budding quizzers. Budding quizzers, oh dear, that's dreadful. Clive and Janet from Stockton on 25. The Quizzy Rascals moved on to 27. Home Alone has said, oh dear, on 24. And Anderson's on 24. Got the Rugby Rotary Club moved on to a very respectable 26 points. Andrew Lewis is on 19 points. We've got the known little three on 22.5. The 20s have moved on to 22. Mick Roberts is on 24. Trish Ridgway is on 24. Ian and his Shiraz have moved on to 29. That's a great score. Diane is now on 21. Our garden is lovely. Excellent. Split the difference and moved on to 27. Pick a Mixer on 25. Team UK USA, gardening is not our strength on 24. Leslie Barrett said, my harvest has failed. Dear, neither is spelling. The miner said, no more bad jokes. That's Charlotte. Oh, dear. Sorry, the missus. Oh, sorry. I haven't got my glasses on. I need to give them a clean. It's hard enough reading small print at the best of times. The missus said, no more bad jokes. That's Charlotte. Oh, excellent. That round certainly weeded them out. Oh, now we've got some jokes coming. They weeded the chaff from the, yes, quite. Right then, everybody, we have a new leader at the moment, and it's Ian and his bottle of Shiraz. Now, Ian, come on. You're not telling me you can win a quiz all on your own without Harry and Julie. But you're doing very well. There's some good guessing clearly going on, but yeah, actually, it's all the gardening you must be doing over the road at Julie's house that's helping, clearly. Wow, we know our quints anyway, at least. Right, round number 4 is an initial letter link. We have 10 questions on general knowledge, where the answer to the final question can be spelled out by rearranging the first letters of the first 9 answers. Oh dear. Robin, that's really bad. TV programme about the garden police. Law and order. Law and order. Yeah, well. Oh, fantastic. Well done. That was a good one. Right then, this is an initial letter link. So you take the initial letter of each of your answers. And when we get to number 10, I will ask you a question. You rearrange them. And hopefully we'll see what we happen with. Right, question number 1. Also the name of a fruit. What was the first name of Winston Churchill's wife? So, also the name of a fruit. What was the first name of Winston Churchill's wife? No stupid answers. There's a few it could have been, I suppose. Could always have a guess. Right, I'm going to open this butty bark and we'll see what it's like. Do remember, these are just general random questions. Question number 2, the last book of the New Testament of the Bible is commonly known as the book of what? I'm only after a one-word answer. There's many versions of what the answer could be. So question number 2, the last book of the New Testament of the Bible is commonly known as the book of what? I'm only after a single word answer. If you really want to be fancy, you can put 2-word, 3-word, 4-word, because there's lots of different answers for that. Right, I was going to mention it's anybody's birthday this week. Got a couple of birthdays coming up for next week, but is anybody's birthday this week? Has anybody enjoyed a night out, slap up meal in your local pub or something? Well, before you got kicked out at 9 o'clock, of course, that is, but never mind. Oh, Hillary's just saying it was mine on Tuesday. Well, happy birthday, Hillary. From all of us at Quiz HQ, which is my front room, basically. So happy birthday, Hillary. I hope you had a good day. Did you go out anywhere? Did you do anything? It's not so easy, is it, at the moment, to get out and do anything? But never mind, I hope you had a good day all the same. Question number 3, listen carefully. What was the title of the only UK #1 hit single by the group Madness, an English ska band from Camden Town? So what was the title of the only UK #1 hit single by the group Madness, an English ska band from Camden Town? Had a lovely curry in Hill Morton. We had a lovely curry last night from Spice Lounge in Hill Morton, just around the corner. Well, it was a takeaway, basically. We brought it to the house, but it was very nice. Where did you go in Hill Morton? Which one did you go to? What is the one around? What's the other one called in London? Was it Exotica Bengal? Oh no, that's the place. That's that. I went to Spice Lounge. It was, yeah, it's very good curry there. Question number 4. Listen carefully. Which other American state would you arrive in first if you flew due north from Hawaii? So question number 4. Which other American state would you arrive in first if you flew due north from Hawaii? That's providing you landed, of course, I suppose. That can't be too hard to work out, that one, can it? So question number 5. What one-word name is given to a lake that is formed when a river meander is cut off or abandoned? It takes me back to O-level geography there. So what one-word name is given to a lake that is formed when a river meander is cut off or abandoned? So I'm now on the Butty Mark, a fine ale, Wye Valley Brewery. Well, we've got a good turnout tonight. We've got a consistent 70, 71, 2 people logged in at the moment. Do make sure that you subscribe to my channel if you already haven't. And if you like the quiz, do give me a thumbs up on the likes button. Apparently it helps with my ratings somewhere. I don't know what that means, but never mind. I've been trying to get up the ratings a bit somewhere. Question number 6. One of the 7 SI base units. What is the SI unit of thermodynamic temperature? So one of the 7 SI base units. What is the SI unit of thermodynamic temperature? Hi Denise, how are you? Joining us a bit late, but never mind. Do feel free to join in and do the rest of the quiz. We're only on round 4, you'll be all right. Either you start at the beginning and watch it kind of later. So question 6 again, one of the 7 SI base units, what is the SI unit of thermodynamic temperature? Question number 7, also containing rum and sugar. What is the flavouring, or the main flavouring, of the Mexican liqueur Cahulla? What is it? Cahulla, sorry, Cahulla. Well, why is it spelled Cahulla? Cahulla. Sorry, obviously a silent whatever. So, also containing rum and sugar, what is the flavouring of the Mexican liqueur Cahulla? Now, do remember, get all your answers down. We're just looking for the first letter in the end. Only one L. Oh, well, I've spelt it wrong as well. Oh, no. Kahlua. Oh, God. No, I just can't say it. That's the answer, isn't it, Julie? Kahlua. Not Kahlula or Kahlua. Right, okay. I shouldn't pronounce things I don't know how to pronounce, really, but never mind. Question number 8. With John Cleese, Stephen Fry, and Emma Thompson amongst its former members. Footlights is an amateur theatrical club run by the students of which university? I'm sure some of our quizzes will get that one. So with John Cleese, Stephen Fry and Emma Thompson amongst its former members, Footlights is an amateur theatrical club run by the students of which university? And if it's any help, it's not York. Sorry, you Yorkies. I know you're doing ever so well tonight. Question number 9. First appearing in Disney's animated short, Winnie the Pooh and the Honey Tree, which character is believed by most of his friends to be the most intelligent animal in the wood? It's clearly not Winnie the Pooh. So first appearing in Disney's animated short, Winnie the Pooh and the Honey Tree, which character is believed by most of his friends to be the most intelligent animal in the wood? And finally, which will help you, the first letters of the first 9 answers can be rearranged to spell the name of what type of creature which appears to have out-survived all humanity on the Earth in the film produced by Pixar Animation Studios for Walt Disney Pictures, Wall-E. So the first letters of the first 9 answers can be rearranged to spell the name of what type of creature which appears to have out-survived all humanity on Earth in the film produced by Pixar Animation Studios for Walt Disney Pictures called Wall-E. It's supposed to have a wall.E actually, but never mind. Can't put a dot in the middle. It's called can't remember. I did look it up this morning. I can't even remember what that punctuation mark's called. Is it Wally? Wally. So I'm after some kind of animal, basically, or creature, whatever you want to call it. Which, of course, contains 9 letters. 9-letter answer. I will give you a minute to try and work that one out. So, initial letter links are always that bit more tricky, or a little trickier, so to speak. All right. Well, is it back to work for everybody tomorrow? Was anybody actually going away anywhere on holiday? We've had a few of the quizzes have been away this last week or so. I hope they've enjoyed themselves. Because it does look as if the situation is getting worse again rather than better, and it does look as if most, well, what is it, quarter of the country or third of the country is now in kind of quite serious lockdown. We're managing to avoid it a little bit at the moment in Rugby in the Midlands, but it's getting bad, so won't be for long, I don't think, before we're all locked down. Oh, is it? Oh, we've just been informed that the police are out in force in Chesterfield at the moment, so be careful if you're living anywhere near Chesterfield. Obviously enforcing strict lockdown at the moment. Right, do any teams need a little longer? Just put in the chat column quickly if you need a little longer to try and work out this type of animal. Never feel afraid to ask for a bit more time if you need it. Are you happy? Have you got all the answers, Ange? They've got answers. They're the right answers. Blimey, Julia's saying they were in Browns over this week, checking people at the shops wearing masks. Fair enough. Right then, here we go. These are the answers to the previous 10 questions. We started off with Winston Churchill's wife's first name. She was known as Clementine. Clementine. This is also a fruit, of course. Number 2, last book of the New Testament, the last book of the Bible, is known as the Revelation. Revelation is what I was after. It's also known as the Revelation of St. John, the something or other. There's loads of other things for it. Question number 3. That title, the only UK #1 hit single by Madness, was called House of Fun. House of Fun. Number 3, which American state would you arrive in first if you flew due north from Hawaii? That's Alaska. Alaska. Number 5, what one-word name is given to a lake that is formed when a river meander is cut off? That's called an oxbow lake. Number 6 of the 7 SI base units, what is the SI unit of thermodynamic temperature? That's the Kelvin. Well done if you worked that out. Number 7, Kahlua, of course, is a coffee-flavoured liqueur. Kahlua, I think I got it right now. Number 8, John Cleese, Stephen Fry and Emma Thompson, of course. Footlight Theatrical Society was from Cambridge University. Number 9, first appearing in Disney's animated short Winnie the Pooh and the Honey Tree. The one that was the wisest was, of course, Owl. For some reason, owls are thought to be wise. And if you rearrange the first letters, you ended up with that little animal called a cockroach. A cockroach, of course. So well done if you worked that out. Oh, Ian's just retracted some rude. Well, no doubt it was going to be rude, Ian. So you'd have to rephrase it. Let's have some scores in. See how they've all fared after that round. Let's say I'm digging my hole deeper here. You can put your score down. Don't feel embarrassed, Leslie. It's fine. Steve Farndon, anyway, still asleep. The team captain on 33. The Quizzy Rascals moved on to 37. That's good scoring. Quizzy Popper on 36. Jill Pugh now moved on to 34. Don Quizzotti on 37.5 points. Michelle's on 30 points. We've got Anne Anderson on 32. We've got Jed and Tracy on 34 points. Grant Gifford on 35 points. The Yorkies, 24 points for the Yorkies. We did better this time. This time, oh dear. Yes. Mike Yates is on 28. Well, bother, he's just gone off the picture now. Where they got to? Bother. Yeah, Mike Yates on 28. Sarah, no, friends from Worcester, on 34.5. Julie Ashcroft's on 34. Home Alone 6 are on 34. PRS, very respectable, 38 points. Well played them. Dave Perry's on 35. Nick Bowers is on 32.5. Pigger Mix are on 34. Andrew Lewis is on 27. We've got the 20s on 28. Ian Miller's on 29. Pinky and Perky are on 28. Vanessa Hughes doing very well tonight on 30 points. This is saying it's embarrassing. It's not that embarrassing. Clive and Jane from Stockton, oops, on a 32. Hillary's on, Little Known 3, which were part of the famous 5, of course, on 32.5. Well played them. Mick Roberts on 34. Well played, Mick. We've got Team UK, USA on 35. 34 even. We've got Split the Difference on 37. Still out there, we've got Ian in his Shiraz on 39. Trisha Ridgway on 33. Well played, Trish. Dexter, now awake in garden chasing birds. They might be bats. Good old Dexter. He doesn't stay asleep very long, does he? Never mind. Oh, that's the point. We haven't heard about the hedgehogs, Ian. Have we had any hedgehogs recently? Anybody been out? They can't have hibernated already. I don't think it's cold enough, is it, for hibernation yet? Maybe it is. Maybe they start hibernating about now. I don't know. If anybody knows the livestock, not all quite. Right. Right, there were some great scores in there. Still out in the lead, just on his own. We've got Ian and his Shiraz, with his bottle of oldie Shiraz. Right, so round number 5 is what's called chain of letters. Now, in chain letters, you can either take the last letter, the last 2, or the last 3 letters, and they will be the first letter, the first 2 or the first 3 letters of your next answer. Does that make any sense? Who's had mice in the loft? What's that? We've had mice in the loft. Oh my goodness, Matthew. How exciting to have mice in the loft. Sure, it's mice and not squirrels. You know, mice in the loft. Oh, well, you know what the answer to mice in the loft is? Traps. That's the answer. Oh, twinnies on 29 points. And Leslie's just said, are they paying rent? Caught them in inhumane traps. Well, that's up to you, of course. I like those ones that nearly take your fingers off when you try and reset them. Ah! But never mind. Our hedgehog turned up before the quiz started. Freeloading mice. Yes, you don't want mice in your loft. That's the last thing you want in your loft, I'll tell you. Other than bats. You certainly don't want bats in your loft either. What's he on about there, Ian? P8 on to FU. We had a heron sitting on our car. Wow. Blimey. Now there's a good one. Right, here we go then. This is the chain letters round. Which beach city in Los Angeles County is also the name of a coconut-based rum from Barbados? Come on, nice easy one to get you going. So which beach city in Los Angeles County is also the name of a coconut-based rum from Barbados? Now take the last letter, the last two or the last three letters of that. That is the first 1, 2, or 3 letters on the next one. Better than an elephant, I suppose. Well, yes, it'd be better than an elephant on your car. Oh dear. Question number 2. Who played Uncle Albert on the TV show Only Fools and Horses? It's a 2-word answer I'm after. So who played Uncle Albert on the TV show Only Fools and Horses? 2-word answer. And do remember you can take the first letters or the letters from the previous answer. Either the first 2, or the first 3. If that makes any sense whatsoever. Ooh, our dishwasher suddenly started whirring in the background. Question number 3. Again, remember to take the last letter, the last 2 or the last 3 of the previous answer, and it's the first 1, 2, or 3 of this answer. Widely regarded as one of the greatest golfers of all time and now aged 44, what is Tiger Woods' real first name? It's got an even more stupid second name, but never mind. Widely regarded as one of the greatest golfers of all time and now aged 44, what is Tiger Woods' real first name? I'm sure we all know that one, don't we? So, take the last letter, the last 2 or the last 3, and it's the first letter of your next answer, the first 2 or the first 3. Also, the name of an Italian sportswear company. What is the 10th letter of the Greek alphabet? So question number 4, also the name of an Italian sportswear company. What is the 10th letter of the Greek alphabet? I always used to run out after about number 5. That clearly is a 1-word answer. So again, take the last letter, the last 2, the last 3 of that answer. Put it at the beginning of your next answer. Question number 5 for all you walkers out there, people that get out walking. What single name connects a series of 73 walking guidebooks produced by Ordnance Survey? It's a 1-word answer after. So what single name connects a series of 73 walking guidebooks produced by Ordnance Survey? So, Good. All right. So that's just a one-word answer, that. That takes you on to this, which is also a one-word answer. Question number 6. What name is given to a specialist doctor who manages diseases related to the skin? So question number 6. What name is given to a specialist doctor who manages diseases related to the skin? Amongst other things, obviously. Again, a one-word answer I want. Singular. And if you take the last letter, or the last two, or the last three of that answer, it will give you the first letter, the first two or three of this answer. Question number 7. The second child and only daughter of William and Kate. What is Princess Charlotte's star sign? It's a stupid one, isn't it? So the second child and only daughter of William and Kate. What is Princess Charlotte's star sign? Ian Sharrett is a bot. Yeah, he is a bot. Do remember this is chain letters, so each answer should follow on from the next with either the first letter, the first two, or the first three. Question number 8. In 2004, which country became the first former even communist country to join the European Union shortly after joining NATO? So question 8 again. In 2004, which country became the first former communist country to join the European Union shortly after joining NATO? If there's any help, it's a one-word answer, which it won't be. Do remember to use the letters from the previous answer, or letter. Question number 9. What is the full name of the knighted sportsman who was nicknamed Beefy during his playing career? So question number 9. What is the full name of the knighted sportsman who was nicknamed Beefy during his playing career? I say full name, I only need 2 names. First, Christian and surname, that'll do fine. And finally, question number 10, which will take you back to question number 1. What name is given to an alloy of mercury with another metal, especially one used for dental fillings? In July 2018, the EU prohibited its use for dental treatment of children and pregnant women. So question number 10 again. What name is given to an alloy of mercury with another metal, especially one used for dental fillings? In July 2018, the EU prohibited its use for dental treatment of children and pregnant women. What's that? Yeah, I've got plenty of them. Causes madness, apparently. which is probably right, but never mind. So again, if you take the last letter, last 2 letters, or last 3 letters of number 10, takes you all the way back to number 1, where it might be the first letter, the first 2, or the first 3. Now, we'll give you a little while to work that out. So basically every answer should lead on to the next, whether it be the first letter, the first two, the first three. I know it sounds a bit complicated, but it's not that hard once you work out how it plays. Now we will be doing our quiz on Wednesday night, which will be 8 for 8:15 as normal. And I'm looking to put together a couple of charity quizzes, possibly in December, which I will give you some further details about when I know a bit more about them. Right then, everybody, do we need any more time? If any other team needs any more time, just put it in the chat column quickly. If not, I'll give you 30 seconds and we will do some marking for that round. I was hoping, as I was saying a month or two back, I was hoping we're going to be back in the pub doing the quiz live from the pub so that people could take part from all around the country. And I could be drinking some real ale there, but never mind. Looks like that he's on the back burner at the moment, although there's quite a few places trying to do pub quizzes at the moment, but I think it's a bit of a non-starter, to be quite honest. Right, nobody's put in the chat column. I don't need any more time, so let's go through the answers. We started off that beach city in Los Angeles. It's also the name of coconut-based rum. It's Malibu, of course, Malibu. That gave you the B and the U for a guy that played Olga Albert. Buster Merrifield. Buster Merrifield. No, it's not worth the risk, Ian. That's exactly why. That, of course, gave you the ELD. Well done if you got Eldrick, if you didn't know it. His first name is Eldrick. I think it's Eldrick Tot or something, or Tote. Eldrick Tote, I don't know. That gave you the K for Kappa, which is the 10th letter of the Greek alphabet. That gave you the P and the A for that guidebook known as the Pathfinder series. Series of books produced by Ordnance Survey. That in turn gave you the DER for a dermatologist. That, of course, gave you the T for the star sign, Taurus. The S then gave you that European country, a former communist country, Slovenia. Well done if you got that, Slovenia. That in turn, of course, gave you the IA for Ian, as in Ian Botham, better known as Beefy. And, of course, the AM gave you the name of that alloy of mercury called an amalgam. An amalgam. Well done if you got that. What's Denise saying? Sorry, do another quiz at 8 on Sunday, but we'll be here for a full quiz on Wednesday. Excellent. Well done, Denise. That's fine. Make any difference whatsoever. Squeaky Bob, straight in with a 46. We've got Jed and Tracy with a 42. We've got Julie Ashcroft now, moved on to 44. Paul Lewis, well done, Paula. 47 points. The Yorkers have moved on to 31. We've got Home Alone 6 on 44. We've got Mayates on 35. PRS on 48 points. Well played, PRS. Ian Miller's on 37. Steve Farland's on 41. We've got Clive and Janet from Stockton on 42. We've got the Don Quixote on 47.5 points. That's very close. Sarah's on 42.5. Got Michelle on 39. Jill Pugh's now moved on to 41. Great score. Graham Giffords are just ahead on 43. Piggy Mix on 44. Nick Bowers on 41.5. Got Andrew Lewis on 33. Vanessa's moved on to 38. Well played, you. Little known three are on 41.5. Anne Anderson's on 41. Mick Roberts is now moved on to 43. 10 for Pinky and Perky. Fantastic. So now on 38. Split the difference on 47 points. George Priest is just saying, hey, Nick. Nice to see you, George. Well played. I've no score from you, but never mind. The 20s are on 33. Leslie saying, my lowest score ever, I hope. 31 points. Never mind. That's out of 50, so he's still doing all right there, Leslie. Sorry, dude, just the way the questions fall. No sport round. Ian's on 49 points. Well done, Ian. Team UK USA on 43. Not too bad at all. And we've got Rugby Rotary Club on 43.5 points. Still keeping well within the chase. So we go into the last round tonight, which is general trivia. Some of this is tricky, I have to say. So you'll be very... You'll be very good if you get anywhere near getting all these right, but we'll see. Trisha Issue, well, we've got 40.5. Is it time to introduce a handicap system? Well, possibly. One of the ideas of the quiz I was thinking of doing for charity, possibly in December, one of the ideas was a quiz one of my friends has said about doing for the Night Hospice, my brother-in-law, and he is suggesting putting a prize up for a random score. So that would help any team possibly come out as winners on the night. Well, winning a prize anyway on the night. So we'll put a bit more meat on the bones when I know a bit more about it. And how we're going to run it, but for now, let's just go through. I'm not giving Paul any more shots. Oh dear, that's fair enough. Nick saying crash and burn round. Oh well, never mind. Windmill in Rugby just launched quiz last Monday. I know, and I can't believe that, but there you go. We'll see. What's that? It's getting people in. It's going to be very, very difficult, I think. Most people are certainly of my age frightened to death of going into pubs full stop, you know. So getting people going and doing a pub quiz is a bit awkward. Right, Intro keeps posting a message. What's this? PO time to. Intro keeps posting a message. PO time to F you. I don't know. Never mind. Who cares? No, you're right, Carol. Who does care? Right. General trivia. Here we go then. Yes. Plenty of time to fuck up. Actually, that's quite clever. Yeah, obviously. That's very clever. You see, that's a winning person that can win a quiz can come up with something like that. So very good. I haven't seen Chilly Willy do the quiz for a while, but when we used to do the quiz at the Victoria in Rugby, Chilly Willy could always come up with a new team name every week, which was based something around the news, and he was very, very clever. He could always come up with something that I thought was a top quiz name, if you know what I mean, or team name. Anyway, that's by the by. Round number 6 is general trivia. Diane's saying, agree, but they have a space compared to the Vic. You're right, they do. And we won the gallon of beer. Excellent. Well played, Diane. Well, you'll be going back, I suppose. You might as well win another gallon. Oh, fantastic. Oh, right, here we go. Oh, dear. I'd be interested in some of their questions. You'll have to send me a few, Diane. I'll see. Just write them all down for me. I can always nick a few. Right then, here we go. General trivia. Round number 6. Let's finish the quiz off. Question number 1. Which car manufacturer has a name that means I roll in Latin? So, which car manufacturer has a name that means I roll in Latin? Joke. What's the difference between a hedgehog and a BMW? I've no idea. What is the difference between a hedgehog and a BMW? Spiky. Come on, Denise. I'm waiting with bated breath. Well, that's the end of the butty bark. So the butty bark is now gone. So it is time. On a hedgehog, the pricks are on the outside. Glad I got rid of my BMW. Oh dear. I've only ever owned one BMW, we're pleased to know. And a hedgehog indicates when it turns. Yeah, I was watching, actually, I was watching my friend Graham, he's got hedgehogs in his garden. I did watch the other night, the hedgehogs, they do, if they turn left, they stick their arm out. You can see. As they're going forward. They limp along on 3 legs. Right, question number 2. What is the only American state that has a name beginning with new and doesn't have a coastline? That's a good question. So what is the only American state that has a name beginning with new and that doesn't have a coastline? There's plenty of news about, aren't there? Let me got my big list of American states there. See how many news are there. Well, there's a few of them. 1, 2, 3, 4. No, there's actually 4 of them. Well, not 4, but anyway. Right, question number 3. Listen carefully. It's a number sequence. I just need the next number in this sequence. So what comes next in the following sequence? Number 8, number 11, number 14, number 9, number 12, number 5, number 20. It'll be a lot easier if Lydia puts that into the column so you can see the sequence. So what comes next in the following sequence? 8, 11, 14, 9, 12, 5, 20. Should be recognisable to a number of people, that one. Don't think too long about it. So we're now testing out a bottle of Oakham's Citra to see what this is like. It was from Tesco's the other night. Sensible price. Question number 4. On which continent would you find the world's longest man-made waterway? I'll give you the choice. Is it Asia, Africa, or North America? So question 4 again. On which continent would you find the world's longest man-made waterway? I'll give you the choice. Is it Asia, Africa, or North America? Yeah, you'll have to be pleased to know that there's a few of these now, multiple choice questions, just to try and sort a few people out. That's quite an interesting one. Question number 5. Which of the following provides the largest amount of revenue collected by the UK government? Again, I'll give you the choice. Is it income tax, corporation tax, or VAT? So question 5. Which of the following provides the largest amount of revenue collected by the UK government? Again, I'll give you the choice. Is it income tax, corporation tax, or VAT? I personally think it's a bit daft, but never mind. That's nice. Yes, quite. Wow. Question number 6. I was trying to practice this afternoon. Not very easy. I got my mother-in-law around and she was wondering what I was doing, talking to myself as usual, but never mind. So question number 6. Translating as an ornament and a safeguard. Where are you most likely to see the phrase decus et tutelatum? So translating as an ornament and a safeguard. Where are you most likely to see the phrase decus et tutelatum? That's pretty much how it's supposed to be pronounced, I think. Though others might think they know a better way to pronounce it. Right, we've just got, what have we got, 4 questions left? Yes, we've got 4 questions left. So question number 7. In Alice's Adventures in Wonderland, Alice has a tea party with the Hatter, a Dormouse, and which other character? So in Alice's Adventures in Wonderland, Alice has a tea party with the Hatter, a Dormouse, and which other character? Yeah. Do you only spell Dormouse with a single O? Yeah, didn't know that. I thought the dormouse was one that got under the door. So it's supposed to be what did? What? Why would they call it a dorm? Dorm. As in dormitory, living in the house. Question number 8 is a tricky one, especially now we've left. Which has the greater overall surface area? I'll give you the choice. Is it the European Union or the USA? Ah, right. Nothing to do with doors then. Dormant. It must be dormitory. Sleeping. Yes, okay. Yes, of course. Domus. The house. Domum. No, dorm. It's not dom. It's dorm. Question number 9. Come on, there's 2 questions left. Let's keep you entertained till we get to the end. Question number 9. What does the I stand for in the Apple iMac iPhone, which was adapted in 1998? Yeah, put and. That would be better. Get the word out. So what does the I stand for in the Apple iMac and the Apple iPhone, which was adopted in 1998? Ange doesn't know that one. Ooh. And finally, last question of the night. This is an interesting one. It's probably only people that live in London that may know this, and even they wouldn't probably know it. Question number 10, which is the only London underground line to cross the River Thames over two different bridges? So question number 10, which is the only London underground line to cross the River Thames over 2 different bridges. And there's no extra points if you know what the bridges are, but never mind, I'll tell you later. That is a tricky question. Because virtually all the underground crossings are underground, obviously under the River Thames. This line happens to have 2 bridges over the River Thames. Right then, I'll just give you a minute and then we'll get some marking done in this last round. It's been great to see so many people, and thank you all for bearing with me, especially last week after such a debacle, but never mind. We will be doing the quiz Wednesday night as usual, 8 for 8:15, and we'll see how many of you want to come and quiz with us then, but never mind. Online quizzes have become very popular, obviously, and it is great to see so many people from all over the place taking part. It's a bit tricky. I've been trying to promote the page and get more people to take part in the quiz. It's very difficult online to promote your thing without having to spend money in advertising. I don't really want to do that. However, if I can get enough followers, then we can get free advertising, which is good. Which we can stick in the corner somewhere out of the way, but never mind. What's the gardener's favourite novel? What is the gardener's favourite novel? I don't know, Ian. What is the gardener's favourite novel? War and Peas. Oh, dear God. That's a dreadful joke. That's not the best joke of the night, but that's at least okay. Anybody else got? We've had a few garden jokes tonight. Maybe I ought to have a round. I was thinking next week we might have I was thinking of a beer round, but maybe not. Fashion. What about a fashion round? Cooking. What about a cooking round? Well, it's the same as food, I suppose, isn't it? Travel round? What about a travel round? We could have a travel round, I suppose. Lyrics, Disney. Does everybody think lyrics is a good idea? Fashion round would be good. There we go. We got the fashion round. Steve McQueen, whatever his name was. Too early for Christmas crackers, sure. Just a bit early for Christmas crackers, but never mind. What the hell are we all going to be doing at Christmas? That should be interesting, shouldn't it? Good God. Trying to plan anything at the moment is awful, isn't it? Oh, should we invite the whole family round? Yes, that's our bubble of 22 people, whatever. Dear God. Right then, let's go through some answers. Does anybody need any longer? Nah, they were straightforward. You either know those or you don't, I suppose. And if you don't know them, just have a good guess. So question number one was... we could have a Halloween round, yes. Problem with Halloween rounds, we've had them all before. Shaman and there's so many. Well, I don't know. No, maybe there isn't. Anyway, let's go through the answers to this round first. So, which car manufacturer has a name that means I roll in Latin? Apparently, that's Volvo. Volvo. Question number two. What is the only American state that has a name beginning with New that doesn't have a coastline? That's New Mexico. So, well done if you got that. These are just put what stays in the corner but travels all around the world. No idea. Come on, put it on quick. Question number three. What comes next in the following sequence? This was a sequence from a dartboard. 8, 11, 14, 9, 12, 5 and 20. The next in that one is 1. Number 1. Yeah, I did see that, Robin Miller. Be honest, Nick, people of our age have no interest in fashion, as we can see. Well, us men have no interest in fashion, that's for sure. It's the ladies do. What's that? What stays in the corner but travels all around the world? A stamp. Very good indeed. Question number 4. On which continent would you find the world's longest man-made waterway? Well, if I told you it was 1,800 kilometres long, of course, it's the Grand Canal in China. So that's Asia. I was after Asia for number 4. Number 5, the government raised more in income tax than any other tax. Number 6, Decus et Chutatum is on the edge of a £1 coin. £1 coin. Number 7, in Alison's Adventures of Wonderland, the Tea Party with the Hatter, the Dormouse, and the March Hare, of course. Number 8, which has the greater overall service area? I gave you the choice, was it the European Union or the USA? Well, of course, I suppose with Alaska, it's probably bigger than the whole of the European Union anyway. Of course, it's the USA. Number 9, what does the letter I stand for? As in the Apple iMac and the Apple iPhone. Well, it's Internet. Internet. Well done if you worked that out. And finally, of course, number 10, that impossible question, which is the only London Underground line to cross the Thames River over 2 different bridges. It's the District line, which goes over Kew Bridge and Fulham Bridge. So well done if you plump for the District line. Right then, let's have some scores in, say how you've all fared. And we'll look forward to seeing you all another night. So we've got Jed and Tracy ending with a fantastic 50 out of 60. That's a great score. Ian Miller on 44. Mike Yates on 40. Squeaky Bob, 54 points. Well played, Squeaky Bob, tonight. We've got PRS on 55. Well played then. Nick Bowers on 46.5. We've got Julie Ashcroft. That's another great score on 50 points. Sarah's on 47.5. Vanessa's on 44. The Yorkies ended up with a very respectable 37. Well played then. Paul Lewis and the Fwizzy Rascals, 57. That's a great score. Steve Farndon on 48. We've got Little Known on 47.5. Jill Pugh ends up with 47.5. Good night, Steve and Jill. Carol's ended up Home Loan 6 on 50. Well played them. Lowest score ever, says Michelle on 46. Sorry, Michelle, never mind. Try and make the questions easier for you. You could always secretly email me. Clive and Janet from Stockton on 50. We've got Don Quixote, 57.5. Well played, Don Quixote. The Rugby Roach Club end up with 50.5 points. Ian and his Shiraz ends up on 56. Oh, damn me, says Ian. Never mind. There or thereabouts. Well played, Ian. You'll be in certainly be in the rankings for next week's quiz. And Anderson on 46. We've got, oh, wait a minute, where's it gone? It's just disappeared off the blooming screen again. Denisa says, thank you, see you Wednesday. Mick Roberts on 50. Well played, Mick. Trish Ridgway on 44.5. He said, told you, pick a mix on 50. Well played. Team UK, US on 52. Not too bad in the end. Graham Gifford on 49. Well played. Thanks, Nicola. Bombed out in the last round. See you Wednesday, says everybody. Yes, thanks. Split the difference on 55 points. Well played then. Andrew Lewis, 36. Well done, the Yorkies. Thanks a lot, said Clive and Janet from Stockton. Well, it's great to see everybody taking part anyway. It's a bit of fun. And I think tonight's winners, we got, was it Rascals in the end? I don't know, 57. We've got the, oh no, I think it's Don Quixote on a fantastic 57.5 points. They were hotly pursued by the looks by Paula on the Quizzy Rascals on 57 points. PRS are on 55. We've got Split the Difference on 55. So some very, very good scores there. Out of 60, you've got to remember these are out of 60. So if you're only dropping 2.5 points and you knew that Kew and Fulham Bridge, it's good guessing sometimes makes all the difference. So, oh, was it? Oh, well, never mind. It was the old pound coin. Apparently, the pound coin thing would have been the old pound coin. But of course, yes, it would have been the old pound coin because the other one's got 12 sides on it. They wouldn't. Never mind. Anyway, thank you very much, everybody, for taking part. I'm ending the stream now. Hopefully, if you can't take part in Wednesday night quiz, do come and join us again on next Sunday night, where we're doing 6 rounds of tricky trivia to keep it all going. And in the meantime, stay safe and try not to get yourselves infected in anything. We've got one team tonight that are really in bed, so I hope they haven't got anything disastrous. They reckon it's flu, which it probably is. So good night, everybody. Stay safe, and we'll see you all next week sometime. If anybody's got any special requests, do email me or inbox me or whatever else. I've now got a Facebook quiz page, so you can just go to QE1957 Facebook, and you can Facebook me any rounds you want or any particular questions you want. I'll see whether I can come up with something. Anyway, good night to all, and thank you very much for taking part. We'll see you another day. Good night.